Now on CoastTV News.
This is the 75th year of Delaware State Parks. How that milestone comes with higher costs for visitors. A new wave of strikes in Iran, the latest on the violence in the Middle East, with new numbers on U.S. service members killed. Accessory dwelling units in Lewis, the city taking another look at the rules surrounding those living spaces.
We'll see a brief bout of wintry weather to start the week, even a round of snow as we head into Monday evening, giving us a coating. That changes to rain and then spring-like 60s and 70s later in the week. I'll track it all on Futurecast coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Heading into Delaware State Parks will now cost you more. Good evening, I'm Emma Aiken. This is CoastTV News at 11. Thank you for joining us. Delaware State Parks have been in operation for 75 years, and with that, now comes parking price increases across the board. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us the changes you can expect.
Bill Vernon and his wife have the annual pass to Delaware State Parks so they could walk their dogs whenever they please. And like others, the Indian River Inlet is one of their favorite spots.
Oh, it's busy. Yeah, it's a big attraction. I mean, you can't beat the surf fishing and the sights and the sounds around town.
But this year, that annual pass has increased from $35 to $50 for those with a Delaware license.
Price increases just seem to be the state we're in.
According to the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control, all 17 parks in the state will have new prices. Some of the most notable changes include daily beach fees increasing from $5 to $10 for those with a Delaware license plate and from $10 to $20 for drivers with out-of-state tags. According to DNREC, park users generate about 65% of the revenue used to operate and maintain Delaware State Parks.
I mean, it goes along with everything else. Got to pay for this stuff, and there's always damage, always work that needs to be done down here, so that's the state we're living in.
According to DNREC, these prices will be in effect from March 1st through November 30th. I'm Kevin Zapay, Indian River Inlet, CoastTV News.
Now, it is important to note DNREC says this is the first price increase since 2015. And in response to visitor feedback, DNREC is making it easier to pay daily entrance fees this summer. In addition to cash and credit card stations, visitors will be able to use mobile pay through QR codes at certain park locations. DNREC also plans to check that all cars in parking lots have paid the daily fee or have a valid pass. And this brings us right into our CoastTV poll tonight. We want to know, how do you feel about fee increases at Delaware State Parks? Let's take a look at what you think. 45% of people say fair, while 11% say unfair, 35% say unfair for in-state, and 9% say unfair for out-of-state. And if you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. A reminder that the Point at Cape and Lopin State Park is closing today for the spring and summer season. It has closed every year since 1993 because of threatened and endangered beach nesting migratory shorebirds and other wildlife species. The Oceanside will reopen to the public September 1st, but Bayside won't reopen until October 1st due to shorebird migration. At the Cape and Lopin State Park employees say that entrances and parking areas are open. On your screen now, park staff says bike trails that are passable are shown there in green. In pink is the Gordon's Pond Trail. Park staff say all other trails are not safely passable right now, but they're working to clear storm debris from trail paths. And we are now taking a live look outside into Milford. Our first alert meteorologist, Bob Try, he joins us now. Bob, good evening.
Good evening, Emma. And of course, 1 week ago at this time, we had a raging blizzard going on. And what a difference a week makes. We've lost a lot of that snow, but still a lot of it remains. And right now we're looking at mostly clear skies. So the other side of the coin from a blizzard, 34 in Georgetown, 31 in Millsboro, now 36 in Bethany Beach, Rehoboth at 35. The winds are for the most part calm, a little bit of a breeze at the coast as we're looking at mostly clear skies. We have Arctic high pressure off to our north and west northwest right now, and that is driving in the cold air. But on the southern periphery of this high, we're watching a disturbance now moving through the Midwest with rain and snow from Missouri into Illinois. That'll slide to the east and maybe giving us some snow as we go into tomorrow evening. Here's Futurecast at midnight. Temperatures falling below freezing, so watch for refreeze. Anything that melted today could be solid ice tomorrow morning, and then we cloud up the skies. Then we could be looking at some of that snow as we go into Monday evening, perhaps a coating of snow. Your morning travel, watch for some slick spots for sure, and then heading home, we have some of that snow, which will turn to rain, and then we're going to have spring-like warmth later in the week. Very changeable forecast. More on that coming up a little bit later on.
President Trump spoke about the U.S. troops killed in Iran as President warned it could happen again. 3 U.S. service members were killed in the fighting. They have yet to be identified publicly. Gabe Gutierrez has the latest.
President Trump tonight with a new warning, saying Iran better not retaliate further, or we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved.
The president returning to Washington late today after monitoring this weekend's strikes from his Mar-a-Lago estate. Also speaking today with leaders from Israel, Bahrain, and the UAE. Tonight, he's telling Americans to brace for more American casualties.
And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case.
Now the president with this message for the Iranian people.
I call upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country.
Meanwhile, Democrats are furiously pushing back, arguing the president should have consulted Congress before striking Iran.
I think the president has started a war of choice. There was no imminent threat to the United States.
They're now calling for a vote this week to restrict the president's war powers.
He ran because a big part of the MAGA base did not want another war in the Middle East. This is a betrayal of a decent chunk of the MAGA base.
Still, almost all Republicans in Congress are standing by the president's actions.
The mothership of terrorism is sinking. The captain is dead. The largest state sponsor of terrorism, Iran, is close to collapsing.
Delaware Senator Chris Coons said he disagrees with the decisions President Trump took in Iran, calling it a bold gamble.
This is going to be much tougher, and the consequences are much more unpredictable. And last, I'll just remind you, President Trump ran on no new foreign wars of regime change. So I hope the folks who voted for President Trump expecting that are looking harder at this moment and at what Congress should be doing to rein in the scope of this war and this military adventure.
Meanwhile, Maryland Congressman Andy Harris supporting President Trump, saying in part, quote, "The world is a better place with Iran's supreme leader, who was also the world's leading sponsor of terrorism, dead," end quote. We have an update on a story we aired yesterday. Delaware State Police have identified 26-year-old Yasin Perez Ortiz as the man who died in a Laurel car crash early Saturday morning. Troopers say just after 2:25 a.m., he was driving west on Laurel Road near Curley Road. It's the area you see here when he failed to navigate a slight curve. Police say the pickup went off the road into a deep ditch, hit a tree, and flipped onto its roof. According to troopers, Ortiz was not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced dead at the scene. Switching gears, this week in Lewis, city leaders are planning a public hearing on accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, which are small, separate living spaces built on the same property as single-family homes. The city is looking at allowing these units in certain residential zones. The city of Lewis says the goal is to expand long-term rental options while keeping the look and feel of existing neighborhoods intact. The public hearing is set for Monday at 5:30 p.m. A reminder that the median at Route 50 and Old Railroad Road in Hebron is closing starting Monday. It's the area we are showing you right now on your screen, and the department says the closure is part of a project to improve safety and traffic flow, including a new traffic signal. Drivers should expect workday construction through June. The Indian River Volunteer Fire Company has released its latest updates on renovations at Station 2 in Long Neck. You can see some pictures of the progress on your screen. The company says the nearly $4 million project will transform the facility into a 16,000 square foot, 1.5-story station with 4 additional drive-through bays, upgraded systems, and expanded space for training, equipment, and bunk rooms. Construction is expected to be complete in the coming months, and the fire company says major exterior work is underway, with interior systems advancing, and demolition of the existing station has now begun. Well, you may be wondering how this crazier than usual winter has impacted students here with those multiple school closures throughout the region during recent winter storms. We spoke with Cape Henlopen School District Superintendent Jenny Nauman, who says students in the district have missed 5 in-person days of school this winter, 3 total snow days, and 2 with online learning. She says the district took some stats during this recent blizzard.
99.5% of our iPads were in the homes. So only 38 out of all 6,735 students we have, only 38 iPads were left at school. So all those kids had that opportunity. So that felt really good. So it's not perfect, and not ideal. I want kids in school, but it was really exciting to see how many people logged in and are actually engaging in the work.
Nauman says right now seniors do have to make up half a day, but they are asking the state for forgiveness on some of the snow days that were under states of emergencies. In Milton, the town council will discuss a request from Scarlet Oaks Holdings, LLC, to annex approximately 5 acres between Shingle Point Road and Harbison Road into town limits. Council will also discuss the possible creation of town council districts. The meeting is at 6:30 Monday evening at the Milton Public Library. The Coastal Wilds Preserve in Frankfort is making a recovery after the recent blizzard. Roofs of some enclosures had collapsed from the heavy snow and will need complete reconstruction. Meanwhile, the Salisbury Zoo will remain closed through Tuesday following the blizzard. The zoo says the extended closure allows crews to continue debris removal and tree work to ensure the safety of guests, staff, and the animals. Zoo leaders report that all animals are safe and doing well. And we are just getting started here on CoastTV News at 11. Education Center tours, how the Delaware Forest Service is inviting you to celebrate 302 Day.
We saw near normal temperatures to start the month of March with a high of 50 today in Georgetown, 51 the average high, our low of 32, right where we should be this time of year with a low of 10. We have a brief bout of wintry weather, a little bit of snow tomorrow evening, and then it's going to feel like spring big time as we go through the week ahead. More in your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
But first, saving seals. Mayor's Do More 24 campaign will help do just that. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just 60 seconds. The Mayor Institute is gearing up for this year's Do More 24 campaign. It's a 24-hour fundraising event. It's kicking off this Thursday, March 5th at 6 p.m. and running through Friday at 6 p.m. After surpassing expectations last year, the organization is now raising money for a new seal triage facility to provide extended care for rescued seals. The Milton Theater is racing against the clock to purchase the Quayside property. That's the grassy area near the river you see here. It attracts hundreds of people each week during the summertime and for other events throughout the year. The owner of the land has offered to sell the property to the theater at a significantly reduced price of $150,000, but they only have 30 days and they need the community's help raising the money.
I am very hopeful that will happen. I think you can do a lot in 30 days. I think that we've just been very open and honest about it. And we just need help. We just need, we're doing the best we can here, and we just need a little bit more help from the community.
The theater says they will be promoting this fundraising campaign for Do More 24 this Friday, so proceeds from that will all go directly to the purchase of the property. Taros Village has been approved to participate in Do More 24, running from, again, 6 p.m. March 5th to 6 p.m. March 6th. The Lewis-based nonprofit has set a $20,000 goal to help cover operating costs through November. This includes utilities, maintenance, safety, and resident support. Organizers say the campaign is aimed at boosting donor engagement while supporting their mission to provide shelter, stability, and dignity for adults experiencing homelessness. Still to come on Coast TV News, Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. We have the latest as today marks 1 month in the search. And coming up next, Bob Trihey is in the Coast TV First Alert Weather Center, tracking the possibility of snow for later Monday with rain too, then a big warm-up for the week ahead. He has your full forecast after this.
What a difference a week makes. Of course, last week at this time, we were in the throes of a major blizzard. It was raging out there, with some places seeing up to 20 inches of snow. Now, a lot of that snow reduced to piles, as we've seen some warmer temperatures since the blizzard. 50 in Georgetown today, 52 in Salisbury, 50 in Ocean City, and Cambridge at 54. And you look at our Tidal Health Cam, and wow, hardly any snow here. Granted, a lot of places still have the snow, but we've really lost a lot. And we could pick up a little more later Monday. A little bit of snow possible in the afternoon and evening hours with a coating to maybe an inch of snow, then a wintry mix, and then temperatures rise. And by Tuesday, we're looking at just plain rain, maybe a little bit of a mix, especially across the midshore as temperatures warm through the 40s to near 50 degrees. And our precipitation chances really go up as we go into Monday night with that mix, maybe a little bit of snow. That changes to plain rain on Tuesday, and then just basically regular showers Wednesday through Friday, scattered showers as temperatures really start to warm up. But they're chilly right now. 30 in Millsboro, 32 in Delmar, 31 in Long Neck. A little warmer at the beaches, 37 in Lewis, Bethany Beach at 36. And as I mentioned earlier, anything that melted, standing water or slush, will freeze solid as we go through the overnight into tomorrow morning. As the winds have really calmed down, just a little breeze out of the northeast as we're looking at mostly clear skies out there. A beautiful Sunday evening. We have Arctic high pressure to the north pumping in very cold air, but on the southern periphery of this we have a disturbance moving through Missouri and Illinois with rain and snow, and this will be diving off to the east and southeast and in our neck of the woods as we go into tomorrow evening, giving us a chance of snow at that time. Let's walk you through the futurecast as we go through the overnight hours. We're falling below freezing, so watch for slick spots, sidewalks, some of the side roads tomorrow morning. We thicken up the clouds in the afternoon, temperatures only into the mid-30s. And then as we go into the late afternoon and evening hours, we're seeing an area of snow by 9 p.m. Maybe the snow coming down pretty good and maybe accumulating on grassy surfaces and elevated surfaces as well as temperatures fall a little bit below freezing. Could see a little lull, and then as that warm front lifts through, temperatures start to rise and we'll see a cold rain start to move in basically into Tuesday morning. We'll be well above freezing at that time, and then we're warming into the 40s with scattered rain showers throughout the day. And then by the afternoon, I think we're in the 40s to around 50 degrees. Here's the bigger view. You can see that area of snow moving in Monday evening across Delmarva. Maybe a little bit of a mix then. And then as we go into early Tuesday morning, maybe a wintry mix, some freezing rain for the midshore points north, but then Sussex County points south. It's just plain rain as we go into Tuesday and Tuesday evening. And our in-house model saying maybe a half an inch to possibly an inch of snow. I don't think this is going to be a problem for the roads as we go into tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, as we're looking at mid to upper 30s, scattered snow showers from Lewis to Dewey Beach, and scattered rain showers basically Wednesday through Friday on and off during that period of time, and above normal temperatures, maybe as high as 20 degrees above normal. And unfortunately, we're going to miss out on a total lunar eclipse as we go into your Tuesday morning. I think we're just going to see too much in the way of cloudiness, but it would have been a blood red moon at that time. And unfortunately, we're going to miss that. That would have been a maximum eclipse around 6:33 a.m. Forecast tonight, 24 mostly clear and cool, 36 tomorrow. Afternoon light snow. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Big warm up, 62 Wednesday to 70 Friday, lower 70s for the weekend as clocks go ahead Sunday morning as we start daylight saving time.
Today marks 1 month since Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. The mother of the Today Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie has now been missing for 1 full month. As of now, authorities have yet to identify a suspect in the case. A $1 million reward has been offered by the Guthrie family for information resulting in the whereabouts of Nancy. The 84-year-old remains missing. The Pima County Sheriff's Department confirming this is still an active investigation. Oil prices were up sharply as market trading started today, while military action around the Persian Gulf reverberates through the supply chain. Traders are betting the supply coming from Iran and elsewhere in the Middle East will slow down or stop after the U.S. and Israeli military began hammering Iran with missile strikes over the weekend. The attacks and retaliation throughout the region have restricted the ability to export oil to the rest of the world, most notably on 2 vessels traveling through the Strait of Hormuz. That's the world's most important potential choke point. An estimated 20% of the world's oil is shipped through the strait, which is the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf, at a rate of 15 million barrels per day. Energy experts say prolonged attacks will likely lead to higher prices for crude oil and gasoline. American oil is trading 8% higher compared to Friday's close. 8 OPEC countries said today they would boost production to help stabilize the market. Here's some good news for would-be home buyers. Freddie Mac says the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate dropped below 6% this week at 5.98%. This is the first time it's been that low since 2022. Experts say current homeowners with low rates don't want to let go of them. They say that could change if the average drops further. Coming up next, social media use. We have the latest health data on its impact on teens and children. As Delaware gets ready to mark the 250th anniversary of American independence, a new virtual exhibit is expanding the story of the first state, looking beyond just 1776. Delaware 250 has launched Delaware's Diverse Histories, an online experience that highlights voices often left out of traditional Revolutionary-era narratives. The virtual exhibit is live now at diversehistories.delaware/250.org. New tonight, the Food Safety and Inspection Service is issuing a public health alert for certain ready-to-eat beef jerky products due to misbranding and an undeclared allergen. The department says the products may contain soy lecithin, which was not listed on the label. While no recall has been requested because the items are no longer available for purchase, consumers with soy allergies are urged to use caution. Right now, it's not an official diagnosis. Social media use disorder isn't classified as a mental condition like gambling or substance use disorders, but experts say more evidence is mounting about the impact social media has on the mental health of children and teens. Mandy Gaither has ways parents can help create a healthy digital balance.
It's not all bad. Social media can help children and teens create connections and be creative. But since their brains are still developing, it also comes with some risk,
including exposure to racist and sexist content, unrealistic beauty standards, disinformation, and cyberbullying.
Tamar Mendelson with the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health says parents can help create a healthy digital balance for young social media users by filling their time with in-person activities. That includes phone-free meals with family when possible, healthy bedtimes, and after-school clubs or sports.
Encouraging or requiring in-person activities can be more effective than simply banning social media because it offers concrete and hopefully enjoyable alternatives.
Next, Mendelsohn says to choose quality over quantity. She says because everyone is different, it's not possible to set a blanket time deemed safe to spend on social media. Instead, encourage positive online spaces that affirm their identity and expand their social circle.
This can be especially useful for young people with marginalized identities, including LGBTQ+ youth and youth with disabilities.
Finally, be aware of concerning behavior, including increasing amounts of time spent on social media sites if it's interfering with daily tasks or it's difficult to get them off these sites. Mendelsohn says persistent preoccupation with social media is also a problem.
Those are red flags that parents and educators should pay attention to.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Tomorrow is 302 Day, and Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is calling on communities across the state to mark the day with a coordinated day of service. This year's event is being organized alongside Delaware 250, commemorating the state's 250th anniversary. According to Meyer, DelDOT will host a statewide litter cleanup in honor of its Adopt a Highway program. Delaware libraries are encouraging people to sign up for a free library card. And the Delaware Department of Correction is organizing a re-entry support service project. And we do have much more on all the ways you can mark 302 Day tomorrow right now on CoastTV.com.
Yeah, Emma, 302 Day could be a little whites across Delmarva. Now, out the door in the morning, I gave it the yellow light, some slick spots, some refreeze, so watch on sidewalks and side roads. And then we're going to see snow moving in the afternoon hours, and that could leave a coating to maybe an inch as we go into the evening hours. Call the First Alert Weather Phone, the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone, to get your latest forecast, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Late day snow tomorrow, 52-ish showers Tuesday. Then the warm-up begins. Lower 60s Wednesday, 68 Thursday, lower 70s Friday, Emma, into the weekend. Clocks go ahead Sunday morning, and then spring showers into the following week with 60s and low 70s. Could this be the end of winter? I don't think so, not yet, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see, Bob. Thank you. And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. We will see you in just a few hours for Coast TV News Today, starting at 5 a.m. Have a great night.